who's going around pepper spraying women and how they could have stopped him, some self-defense moves to do, but also, on the flip side, is pepper spray a good idea for you? Should you use pepper spray or carry pepper spray in a self-defense situation? So first, over here, we got this guy, and apparently he is a angry kid who hates women. He goes around saying derogatory remarks for women, which really means he's probably a loser who lives in mom and dad's basement who's never had a girlfriend. So this guy's going around, and as I said, he's saying very horrible things to women. He's threatening them, and naturally the women are saying, leave me alone, get away, until there's some women in a parking garage where he's threatening and he's calling names, and they say something to him again, get away from me, and then he turns around and quickly pepper sprays them. So first, if some guy is coming up to you, some creepy weirdo saying horrible things, a very important thing to remember, especially if you're a woman, is you don't have to wait to protect and defend yourself. Meaning you don't have to wait to have them hit you or grab you. You can strike first if you are in fear of something happening to you. So the huge self-defense myth is, oh, I gotta wait for this guy to punch me, I gotta wait for this guy to try and drag me into the woods. But if you're in serious fear and this person's in your face and you think they're about to do something, and again, especially if you're a woman, because we know that the court system, the world is gonna say, hey, this was a woman and this was a big scary man. Yeah, she should have done that. Whereas if it's men who are about the same size, they're not gonna look as friendly on that. So if some guy's up in your face and you're threatened and he's saying horrible things, well, what is one of the best ways for you to stop him, for you to be able to get away, is a quick strike to the throat. So it doesn't matter if the guy's 300 pounds, it doesn't matter if he's jacked up on steroids, everybody's vulnerable in the throat. If you take your two fingers right now and right here in the base of the throat where you can see me and you push it in there, makes you want to gag and throw up. Imagine if that's somebody's fist coming in at full force. So a very simple way you can do that is, of course, just a straight punch out of somebody's throat or a good hammer strike. So depending on the angle, you can come out here, boom, come out lightning fast. There was a young woman I trained. The long story short of it is, she was out one night in the city, some guy pinned her against a wall and said he was gonna rape her. This guy was twice this young woman's size. She punched him in the throat, just a quick straight punch. The guy fell to the ground gasping for air, and this young woman was able to get away and eventually get to the police. So if she tried to fight normally, she was a young woman who had, this guy had, 100 plus pounds on her. He was twice her size, but a quick punch to the throat, she was able to escape to safety. So always think of, okay, what is gonna stop this guy quickly? What's gonna get him off me? It's not gonna be you punching him in the chest. It's not gonna be you, mouthing off back to him. It's a quick strike to the throat. If you're in fear that he's gonna do something. So in this case, this creepy guy's going around, he's threatening women, but when he gets in the parking garage and he doesn't like how they react to him, he pulls out the pepper spray and quickly sprays the woman in the face. Now the video does cut off shortly after there. So here's the good news, bad news about pepper spray and why I do not recommend it that people carry it for self-defense. My very first job out of college before I joined the CIA was as a police officer, and we had to be pepper sprayed. Now for me, when I got pepper sprayed, it was like, oh my goodness, it hurt my eyes like crazy. They were watering. It was hard for me to see. But there were other people in my academy, when they got pepper spray, they were pretty much like, looks like, somebody sprayed some water in my eye, no big deal. So pepper spray affects everybody differently. Some people, some criminal or whatever, maybe just be like, hey, it doesn't bother me, my eyes are fine. Another reason I'm not a huge fan of pepper spray is because, of course, what if you're aiming it wrong? What if it's windy? What if you get it in your own eyes and you are one of the people like me who's affected? It's not gonna turn out very well. So instead of pepper spray, I would much rather have a tactical pen at the very least. Got my tactical pen here. I'd much rather have a knife. I'd much rather have a gun. You can probably see my guns here, kind of thing, some type of gun or something. So I'd much rather have one of these type of weapons than pepper spray, because if you jab this in somebody's throat, it's not gonna feel good. They're not gonna be having a good day. And I have had students, people I've trained, one woman avoided a kidnapping thanks to this. Another guy avoided getting attacked at a gas station, was able to stop him with a tactical pen. So pepper spray may not hurt him, but yeah, this is not gonna feel good with him. If you see some creepy guy like this going around, run a quick surveillance detection route. What does that mean? That means walk to different areas. So if he approaches you at a bus stop, then walk somewhere else. Somebody follows you, clearly you know he's gonna keep following you. Then it's time to take action, whether that's calling 911, whether that's striking him in the throat, whether that's just running and screaming. That way you draw public attention. So do not be shy, do not be afraid to draw public attention. Also, another important thing before I forget is if you see some creepy guy following you or looking at you, do not put your head down and start walking very shyly and act like, oh shoot, I don't want to draw attention or hope he doesn't see me. You want to look this guy in the eye and let him know that you see him. So it's not as if you're going to sit there and be like, growling at him and scowling and trying to be intimidating. You're just going to look at him and say, give him the notice that yes, I see you, I spotted you, I made eye contact. So you want to walk confidently, make that eye contact, don't shrug your shoulders and walk very unconfidently, because then he's going to say, hey, that's an easy victim. But if you walk confidently, if you make eye contact with this guy who might be sizing you up, he's going to say, you know what, that woman saw me or that person saw me, I'm going to go to these other 100 people who didn't see me. So there's a lot of things you can do. Do not let societal norms bother you, meaning don't worry about saying, hey, get back, or don't worry about making eye contact. If somebody gets close to you, it's fine to say get back. I lived in Baltimore City, Maryland when my wife was in law school. Baltimore City, very dangerous, ton of crime there. Everybody I know was getting attacked or their cars broken into. And so when I'd have people approach me, they made me feel uncomfortable, I had no problem screaming at the top of my lungs after I said, I may say, hey, please get back, but if they kept coming, I would scream, get back, in a very loud voice. And one time I had to do that and the guy didn't stop and went and bothered somebody else. So don't be afraid to make a scene, because your life is important, your life is worth it. Hopefully you learned a thing or two from this. If you want to get some awesome gear to make sure you protect yourself and your family, click on the link below. Otherwise, I am former CIA officer Jason Hanson. I'm out of here. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on the re-notification, and have a wonderful rest of the day.